And tonight, going to be bringing you some FM22. Been waiting for this game to drop, and it is finally here. We're out of beta. We're into the real thing. And so this is my FM22 save. I know a lot of people have been following my Draft Day Sports college basketball stuff. I didn't have anything new to say about that. And, at some point I will. The college basketball season's starting up tonight. So, might get a little bit loosened up here. Catch some college b-ball on the TV. Maybe want to jump back into that North Carolina Tar Heel save here shortly. But for now, FM22 has been my jam for the last couple of weeks, maybe the last month or so. You can see here I'm in my save, and I've actually played through the entire first year. I jumped on with the Fulham Cottagers. So Fulham is a team that when the game starts, they are in the championship, the Sky Bet Championship League, so basically England's second league. But their team is super stacked. It's ridiculous. And, of course, the board's expectation is that you immediately get promoted. So, I'm not one to disappoint the board or anything like that. So I went ahead and immediately got promoted. I'm sure that there's a button on here that I could go look at last season. I know I can do, the club history, and you can see what was up. We got promoted. We were first. But basically, we smashed a bunch of records. I think I scored 110 points in the league, and the previous record was 106-ish, give or take. It was the record for the most wins, the record for the most points, both for the team and in the league. So it was a good year. We can say that. That being said, I start off, and I feel like I've done this on 3 or 4 FM saves over the years. I always start off with a little bit of that shotgun mentality. I get a transfer budget, and all of a sudden it's shoot at everything and see what hits, right? So I fine-tune the transfer situation over the course of a number of years, so I don't have it right yet. I have made some changes. Here, Andre Frank Anguissa, I'm not sure. He actually he was on the team last year, but he was loaned out, I believe, into the Italian league, maybe France or Spain, I'm not sure, but he's returned this year. He's quite clearly the best player on my team. I went out and added Dominic Levikovic as a goalkeeper. I had tried for a Turkish goalkeeper who actually was quite better, but that turned into a $45 million bidding war. As soon as I sent out the first volley, here came the entire EPL just throwing money at this dude. So I had to back up. Levikovic only ended up costing me 12 to 15 million, something like that. I've added a number of these, Serbian, Croatian, Turkish players. Karim Aktürkoğlu. Another young guy. I'm looking for young guys here that I'm just adding in. 23. Looks like he's pretty close to his full potential. But, a decent player. I probably paid a little bit more than I should have for him, but I feel like the mentals are almost there. His concentration kind of sucks. He's got decent flair, but he's got nice pace and acceleration, nice dribbling. So, I felt like that made up for it a little bit. I think I spent 10, 12 million on him. Nothing crazy, not like a 30, 40 million dollar purchase. But I think he'll be all right as I try to zero in my sights on who exactly I'm going for here. So now the start of the save, Alexander Mitrovic. This dude is an absolute beast of a target forward. 6'2", 16 jumping reach, 15 heading. Dude scored 34 goals in the championship last year. First 2 games of the Premier League this year, he already had 4 goals. Now, he has had a bit of a dry spell since then. He was suspended for the Cup a little bit. He's had his issues, so I think he's only on 5 goals right now. But definitely the MVP of the save so far, Alexander Mitrovic. And, just looking at kind of where his attributes rate out, obviously he's not world class. He's not even one of the best strikers in the EPL, but I definitely think he's serviceable in the Premier. So I'm quite happy with Mitrovic. Kamara is a guy that I signed off of a free. So he's a 22-year-old Frenchman. And this was just an absolute steal. Like, I had 4, 5, 6 transfers in the last window that I was really excited about. Kamara just kind of popped up, and I was like, yeah, I'll take a shot on this guy. And man, has he been sensational. And he's only 22, and he's only going to get better. So sometimes these things just sort of fall into your lap. I can't take any credit for this one whatsoever. The main problem that I have with Kamara is primarily he's a defensive mid or a defensive center back. I'm not using a defensive mid. I'm running that 4-2-3-1 gegenpress that everybody ran in last year's game. So I don't use the defensive mid. And at defensive center, that's where most of the talent on my team is. So a little bit tough to fit Kamara in, but really glad that I picked him up. At the worst case scenario, I sell him, right? Fabio Carvalho, when you take over this team, he's like 18, got a ton of potential. You can see up here, he's still got a ton of potential. He's growing into himself. His mentals are getting there. I think they'll get there by the time he fully develops. Obviously, he's only 20. These mentals are only going to continue to develop as he ages. He's definitely got some pace. I wish he had a little bit better vision to go with the passing, kind of make more plays. But, I mean, heck of a player. So we can kind of run through here. Feliz San Emeterio, a Spanish player that I picked up. I really like him. He's, I think, with his most prominent stats, bravery, teamwork, work rate, leadership, and tackling, I think he's most suited to be a defensive mid, but I'm going to try to slot him into that midfield, probably in like this ball-winning midfielder on defense situation. And I really think he's going to be quite the player. I think this value is a little bit underrated. I realize he's not the fastest, but I think he can get there. So I'm quite pleased with that pickup. Kenny Teat was already on the team when I took over. Anoma, Harrison Reed, a lot of these guys, Alfie Mawson. Great players already on the team when I came here. I just signed Kieran Dowell. Harry Wilson already here. So this is just sort of a brief overview of the top players on the team. Obviously, Carvalho with potentially the 5 stars that he could grow into, along with Rodrigo Muniz, another guy that was on the team when I got here. Great young striker, and this guy's absolutely been giving Mitrovic a run for his money. Numbers-wise, nothing's leaping off the page, but he's 21. Dribbling, finishing, first touch are all above average. Mentals are all right there. So, I mean, this is an absolute... It's a great young prospect. Let's leave it at that. He's not ever going to be the best striker in the Premier League, I don't think, but he's definitely going to be serviceable. Who else is... Oh, Bright Arima B. Brought him in from Germany. Ton of potential on this kid. Had to tell him he was a star player, whatever. I just play him as much as I possibly can, and I really think he's going to grow into it. So I'm, kind of happy with some of what I brought in. It's all fairly young. A couple of the older guys we moved on from. Anybody that's familiar with the Cottagers probably notice a few names missing, but a lot of it's still here. So we had a great first year. Now here we are in the middle of the second year. So let's take a look at this. We're currently sitting at 5th. Our board has asked us to bravely fight against relegation, right? We're currently sitting at 5th in the Premier League. Now, it's all on home games, obviously. Our home games, we've been absolutely crushing it. We actually beat Chelsea at home, which at this point, I don't know how cool that is. They look... I'm sorry. No. It wasn't even Chelsea. Wait. We beat Man City at home. But again, they're middling right now. But that roster is just stacked with names that I recognize. I know Man City is one of the best teams in England. So we beat them actually 2-0 at home. The only home loss on the season was to Aston Villa. And in that one, we were up. We were up by 1 and then had a guy get sent off. And then they scored 3 on us. And, we got routed in the end. But... had we been even, I think we could have held our own at home. So my entire goal this season, I don't expect this little bit in the European stages to last. I expect us to slide back toward the middle of this table, but I definitely think this is a team that compete against most every team in the league at home, and maybe put a scare into some people on the road. We've got a couple of draws on the road. If we can just steal some points on the road, we can creep up and maybe put some pressure on this 6th, 7th position. I don't know. Bravely fight against relegation. I do not think that we have to worry about that. I could certainly be proven wrong, but I do not think that we're going to have to worry about that. But anyway, I got this set up on a couple of home games coming up that are really going to tell us exactly where we're at. I told you where I think we're at. Leicester City, Everton, both home games. If we're going to be a team that can maybe push, stretch out the boundaries a little bit and try to put some pressure on these lower UCL spots or Euro Cup spots, maybe we can do it. All right, who is this? No, okay. This is a second team player. Torn hamstring. That sucks, but you're not on a first team. If we can win these next 2 games, everything that I just said stands. If we can't, we're going to be a mid-table team, and we're probably not going to get anywhere. Now we get the news story about Mitrovic should be dropped by Serbia. I will agree, recently he's not been great. His first 2 appearances were stellar. Recently he's not been great, so hopefully he gets it figured out. I'm telling you, the last few matches, we keep getting like 3.5 XG to like a half or 1, and we just can't get it into the back of the net, keep bouncing it off the crossbar. And Mitrovic has certainly been guilty of that every bit as much as anybody else. So, I feel like it's one of those things where he started off the season extremely hot. Now he's struggling a little bit, but he's still in position, and that's going to turn around, and those balls are going to start getting where he wants them to be. But TBD, he's got to put it in the back of the net. He's got to get the balls down. They've all been too high for the most part. Woo, Benjamin Sesko, the wonder kid from Salzburg, looking great. It's actually not a terrible value. He's got a decent interest, but this is a striker. And okay, his off the ball, his acceleration are definitely above average. He's a couple years younger than Muniz. I mean, if you could just trade Rodrigo Muniz for Sesko, would I do it? Yes. But, it's not a trade situation. They want 20-something million for him. I just don't have it right now. The balanced personality, okay. If he was model citizen, if he was either footed, different scenario, but for now, okay. That's wonderful. We would like to have him on the team. We can't afford him right now. Oh, that's not... Okay, 1 to 3 days. We can't lose Levikovic. We have Marek Rodek is our backup goalkeeper, and he was all right. He was one of those guys that, he wasn't losing us matches, but I didn't see him save a ball all year that, I just didn't see anything interesting from him, so was desperate to get on from him. And you can see here he's at the bottom of our training, so, come on, dude. Here you go with Levikovic having an injury and you're nowhere near ready to go. They're going to want to start him, but I think this will change by tomorrow. See, we're actually favorites. That's the crazy thing. We're playing even if you take everything else out of it, we're playing the 9th team in the English Premier Division, and we're actually favorites at home. So that's interesting. All right, so we also got a U23 match. We're not going to allow any of our players into that aren't already in it permanently. We're going to get going. I'm going to try to get you guys the Leicester City match. I'm going to try to get you the Everton match, just to get an idea of how this year is going to go for Fulham. And then, depending on how long that takes, I've got a road game coming up after that. I don't remember who it's against, but it should be... let's just check it real quick. Schedule. At Arsenal. Should be ugly. Then I got to go back-to-back against Manchester United. First in the Cup, then at their place in the Premier. So we're about to have issues. That's why it's so important for us to get results here against Leicester and against Everton. So hopefully that happens. If we can get past that, maybe we can get United at home. Maybe we can get a point at West Ham, and then hopefully get healthy against either Newcastle or Bournemouth. Bournemouth is another one of the teams that was in the championship. They also got promoted along with us, so... All right, baby, here we go. Ronaldo captures attention. Yeah, he's prone to do that. Manchester United has been absolutely ridiculous so far this year. You can see they're 25 goals up. Arsenal's pretty good as well. So, yeah, going back-to-back against them, like, I feel like I need these 2 wins at home because otherwise the board is going to be pissed at me really, really soon. Perfect. Levikovich is healthy again. Fadi, they want me to bring him back on in place of Harrison Reed. Harrison Reed's another really good mid-center. What I actually want to do is switch these guys. I think San Emeterio is... both of these mid-centers are very well suited to the ball-winning midfielder defender role. And Gisa, I feel like, can be more. I mean, he's got really interesting attributes. He's a really talented player. I would like him to hopefully just chip in a little bit more. So I'm going to try to move him into this box-to-box mid-roll, see what that does. Arima B, I've got him set up as a star player. He needs to be in. So, as often as possible, I like to have Adar Bio out there. We'll let Arima be on the other side. I really like Alfie Mawson, I do. He's just older and doesn't have quite the potential. A lot of times I like to play this guy over here at the left and get Mawson in the game. But for now, this is how we're going to roll. This is pretty much our first team, with the exception of Kenny Teat, who's currently injured. So, let's give this a go. We're at home. If we're going to be a team that, threatens anything this year, we got to win this. And I gotta say, we've been doing it. Carry over the last match should be great. Got faith in you boys. Mitrovic is motivated. You don't want to get a big 6'2" man that can head the ball, big target man like that motivated. But he's motivated, he's ready. So we're going to see if we can send it up to him here against Leicester. Canoplia. I'm telling you, I've got some Eastern European dudes on this team. And part of the reason my thinking was like, I don't want to be in Germany again. I couldn't pronounce anything from Germany. I can't pronounce anything from Eastern Europe either. I think this is still just early. And now it can cut away quicker than this, but look, they're going to find Harry Wilson over here in this corner. Let's see if we can get a cross up. And see, that's the difference. I like Anguissa up there. I like him involved in the play a little bit more. I feel like when he's in the ball winning mid position, he's just too far back. He's not involved in the attack. Oh, Mitrovic! A minute 26 in. I know Chris isn't watching, but Chris has been in my DMs nonstop about Mitrovic. I've been about Mitrovic. The dude's a beast. I told you his time was coming. He's always in the right position. Look at this. He's just big and strong, and he gets where he wants to be. Canoplia takes it to the corner, and Mitrovic is right there. What are you going to do about that? Who's stopping Alexander Mitrovic? Woo! That's nice. Because he scored, like I said, he scored 4 in the first 2 games. The last one of the 4 was a penalty. Then he went like 7 games without scoring. Then finally scored a penalty in the last game. So that's his first goal that wasn't a penalty shot in a long, long time. So nice to have him back in the fold. Alexander Mitrovic making things happen. Along with you can come up with. Alright, so now we've got a throw. Take Anguissa. Woo! saw the goalie dive, and I thought it was gonna curl in. I thought he turned it. All right. Nice effort. Nice effort. All right, so 25 minutes in. Oh look! Oh look! Mitrovic had a one-on-one and couldn't beat the keeper. He had the one-on-one and couldn't get it done. I'm telling you what, I've had so many one-on-ones the past couple of games that have just been exactly like that. Absolutely. Ref! Oh, yep. That's right. Get this other phone to stop. All right. Let's take another penalty. I love it. Absolutely. Penalty. Right there. Yes, sir. I don't know if it's Mitrovic. Oh, it's Wilson. Wilson's going to take this one. Woo! Barry Wilson, baby. One of the best players that was on the team. I believe that this was a transfer in from Arsenal. But it happened like he's on the squad. If you take over for him in FM22, Barry Wilson's already going to be attacking mid-right. Absolutely spectacular. Good on Fulham. Look at us. We just got promoted. Look at the XG. This is our first year in this league. Our last game we won against Brighton, I believe. They didn't have a shot. This said 0-0. This was just blank. Nothing. They had nothing against us. Now here we go against Leicester. One shot, nothing on target, no XG. We're at 2. So the thing is, in the last game, the other team had no corners. They had nothing. The last game was absolute domination. This one, I mean, we're doing well. We're doing well. I'll take it. This is what we need to have happen, though. We need this against this team and against Everton. If we do that, I think we can legitimately at least put pressure on some of those teams for European competition next year. And in the first year in the Premier League, I think that's a really good accomplishment. Straight to a corner. I just got to say, the entire first season, part of the reason. Mitrovic again! Oh, he's back, baby! Alexander Mitrovic. I think he's putting on a show. I think he knows the camera's on. He knows the lights are on. And he's putting on a show. The big Sir. I'm not sure. He's either Serbian or Croatian. But either way, he's an absolute huge man. So that puts him on 7 goals in the Premier. It's not bad. We're not even having a good season. Alright, let's see if we can get a highlight on the other end here. Turkoglu looking for Mitrovic again. No way he gets a hat trick. In our first FM22 stream, Alexander Mitrovic. Almost had a hat trick. We still got 40 minutes. And Gisa finds Turkoglu into the box. I do like the fact that Gisa has been more active in this game. I think I'm going to continue to try to get him into that box-to-box. I saw the cross up in the air. Anytime Mitrovic is on the pitch and the ball gets up in the air into that 6-yard box, I start getting excited because Mitrovic does stuff when that happens. thought that was coming right off his foot. Utilise. I mean, you can see that, like, when we're at home, these matches have been no joke. Most of them, like, obviously not Man City, not Aston Villa, but any of these lower teams, Leeds United came in, Brighton, a handful of these other teams that are lower down in the Premier, this is what we've been doing to them. So I have absolutely no concern about getting relegated. My main concern is trying to transfer activity a little bit more into transfers that'll be hugely impactful, as opposed to what I've been doing in the first season or two, which is just kind of this shotgun approach, like bring in 30 guys and all that. Pretty good. I was talking that I didn't see. I didn't see if he was out. Of course not. What we want to do now, let's praise the team. They're still doing fine. Usually past the 60-minute mark is where I really like to start making subs. Nobody's playing particularly terrible. Nobody's particularly tired. So what I'll do, actually, I'm going to bring on Mawson for Adarbayo. Mawson is the vice captain on the team, so I would, anytime you can get the captain or vice captain out there, I feel like it's a good thing to do, just to have the leadership on the pitch. For the rest of this, we're gonna hold tight and see what comes. Ooh, that was dangerous. What I am going to do, though, we're still up 2, so we're going to just bring down the intensity of what we're doing. So hopefully we've got enough of the lead. We can hold on to this. Bring down this intensity, save a little bit of our legs. Mitrovic! There's the hat trick, baby! I'm telling you, when the lights are on, this man shows up as Alexander Mitrovic. He's all over it. That's right. Love to see it. It's all in the pairs. I really do like, I don't know if it's because I've got a better target aim this year, or if it's a change in match engine. But I feel like the aerial game is much more important than FM22 than the past few iterations. But I've always just wanted a big old lanky target man. As good as Mitrovic is, like, that's not my end goal. I want, like, is it Lewandowski? Like, I want one of these big, like, 6'6", 6'7", gangly dudes that just nobody can get to. And just loft balls up to him and see what happens. I think Cards1125 and Mitrovic are both about done here. So let's get Rodrigo Muniz in. We'll tell him to be an advance forward. And we don't have Tom Kearney. So who will we put in? Let's let Onoma Oh, no, Ma. Let Josh Anoma be our attacking mid-center. He's always complaining about other times, so we might as well get him out there before we can. Sometimes those long boots get nasty. What do you got, Karim? It looks purposeful, if nothing else. It definitely looks purposeful. Harry Wilson finds... Ooh. He got the keeper moving, but it got blocked. Alright, so nothing doing there. Corner. I've got the corner set up, just looking for that near post with Mitrovic hanging out there. Oh my God. You could see that as soon as the pass started to be made. Daka was on a run. Look at this. Starting right there. He's on a run. Nobody can stop him. Nobody's blocking him. He's completely unconscious. Nothing you can do about that, folks. That's a goal every single time. Like I said, a little bit of a pressure start coming from the intensity of this formation. You're probably going to concede something. It's more about not killing the players. We can leave all pressure or get a little bit of a lead and you back off of it. And you hopefully end up with something like this with 4-2. Should be fine. If we grab possession, we should pretty much be able to run it out. Yeah, we're good with that. Rodrigo, ooh. And Harry Wilson. Harry Wilson was looking to that here. Didn't quite get that. That's all right. Still on a highlight. Rodrigo Utilise. Oh. Now I feel bad for taking Mitrovic off because that would have been his fourth. Rodrigo Utilise does the deed, sends it in, 5-2. It's quite the young striker right there, ladies and gentlemen. Rodrigo Utilise is going to be a fixture on this team for a long time. So that should be about it. 5-2. We got a little bit of action in that one, man. We used to do a bunch of 1-1 nonsense. Penalty kicks and such. Woo! See him stop on the down right there. And Rodrigo Utilise. Oh. He looked like he might want to do it again. No doubt. But that was full time. You can't argue with this when it's your first season in it. You just can't. 5-2, I'll take it all day, every day. Outstretched arms, nice work, everybody. That was good. Cool. So I know Chris is going to be pleased after all the back and forth over Alexander Mitrovic. He busts out a hat trick for his very first Twitch performance. And, I mean, it's not bad. We got a game in hand here against against Man City. And West Ham. You really can't call it that. But, I mean, we're doing well. We could certainly be doing worse. We have no desire to fall back anywhere near relegation, anything at all. So, I mean, to be sitting here in 6th right now is... I don't want to call it stunning or anything. Like, I don't want to give it too much because it's not that much yet. Oh, God. Here's the other thing. I'll tell you what pisses me off. I think I had a $45 million transfer budget, give or take. And, you know, fought over these European teenagers. And then as soon as I spent it and was out of money and having to sell players to get back on top, my board came back and said, oh, hey, we expanded your scouting range. You can now scout the entire world. It's like, do you know how bad I wanted to be in Brazil and Argentina and Chile and Colombia? So now I'm there, but a little late. All right, this guy's already on a contract by Arsenal, so that's wonderful that you like him, but whatever. 75 to 111 million. Yeah, I'm sure he is good. Not even going to look at that. Don't care. So Burnley looking at Harry Wilson. Yeah, good luck. Let's go ahead and get our extracurriculars scheduled for this week. We'll still have to get the match review after Arsenal. All right, the board is in love with me right now, which is lovely because this is exactly where you want them before you have to go into a back-to-back fixtures against Manchester United. Luckily, we do still have Everton. Well, I don't even know if that's... Is that lucky? Like, luckily, we don't have to play United right away. I don't know what the proper way to form that sentence is. We have to play Everton and then back-to-back games against Man United, so I'd rather play Everton. I don't know. Now, there's a heck of a striker. And look at, like, the heading, jumping reach, and height. This is the dude that I want. Like, I'm not saying that everything else is perfect. Because obviously, I mean, his mentals are all close. Good determination. Good finishing. But, like, this is the dude that I've always wanted to have. So, I don't have the money to get him, but he's definitely on a short list. This is... I feel like I should declare him as my top target. He's requested to leave? He's only making $645 a year. What are we doing here? How much money do I have? 7.6. Let's see if we can make this happen. This is actually the guy that I want. I mean, I would much rather him be either-footed. And, I mean, Driven's a cool personality. Obviously, you want model citizen, whatever. He's not lightning quick. That's fair. But we could bring in a guy like this at 22 and then sell Mitrovic. Let's compare them. This dude's better in the air. Not quite as good vision. He's actually got more speed. And his mentals aren't quite there. But, I mean, he's 6 years younger. This would be a wonderful time for there to be way more people in chat telling me what to do. I think this is interesting. I really like that guy. Let's look at Mitrovic again. Finishing at 15, the heading's not as good. I think he's stronger. Bravery and aggression are great. Balanced personality, which I think is worse. Obviously, less heading, slightly less jumping reach, way less height. Strength of 17, I think, is similar. No, Mitrovic is stronger, but older. Luka's finishing is actually better. Penalty taking's worse, I'm pretty sure. For the price, I really like this guy as a big-ass target man. You know what? I'm going to do it just because I think it's cool. All right, so minimum value on him. He's asked to leave, first of all. So let's try to be cheap about it. Probably won't work. But let's go like 7.5. I like to be real cheap. So we go 6 and 3. And 10% of the next sale. And you just make the offer. We're not suggesting anything. I'm not giving you a chance to come back to me. When this dude, he enjoys big matches. He's driven. He requested to leave. Impressive jumping reach. He's consistent. Unfortunately, would probably fail to gain a work permit. No way. All right, well, if we'll sign him and then figure that part out. He's extremely interested. I really like him. I really like that guy. What is up? Around the world sports. What's shaking? This game's always intrigued me. Don't know enough about the financials of soccer. And you get lost and give up. I will say I had no idea about the financials of soccer when I started. And my advice to you, or my wisdom, nobody knows shit about soccer finances because the finances are different from country to country. The rules are different from country to country. And so really the only way to go about it is to just dive into it and give it a go. Right? So even soccer, I don't sit around and watch soccer. I've sat around and watched like World Cup. I've watched Olympics. You know, if I've got a rooting interest. I don't have any like Fulham. I've never heard of Fulham until this, but I got into it and then I was like, oh shit. Shahid Khan owns it. Oh, that's the dude that owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, wait, Tony Khan's the guy that runs AEW, and Tony Khan's a general manager, and, like, you learn all this stuff. Like, all these rich dudes are involved in this stuff. So, like, you can kind of start to make some connections like that. But then with the financials, it really is. Like I was saying earlier, every time I get into a save, I just shotgun blast it out, see what I can pull in, and start working on it and kind of form the team over a number of years, I guess. I feel like still I know so little about it. It's just every time I land at a new club, I try to get a feel for it and build off of it. And I think you can totally do that in this game. What I would recommend is if you know soccer, like your tactics should be kind of tight. Find out what tactics are going to work for you, what's going to work for your team. Get your players in the right position. If you can get that bit of it going, like all the financials and that stuff's going to get you there. And the finances in the game are fairly straightforward. Come to the finance screen. Here's your transfer budget. This is how much you can bring in, how much you can spend on buying players. They'll give you a little bit of an estimate of what your transfer budget will be for the next year. And transfer budget is basically like, if you think of like the NBA, transfer budget is like how much could you buy an NBA player for before his contract ends. Like that's all that transfers are in soccer. It's buying players who are still under contract. That's all the transfer budget is. So like, oh, you got, God, geez, you got LeBron under contract for 3 more years. Well, if we give you $50 million, can we negotiate with him? And then if they agree to that, then you got to go in and actually negotiate with the player. That's all that is. Oh, so you actually know soccer. Oh, so you already know more about the game than I do. If you're already broadcasting college soccer, that's awesome, dude. So you already know more about the game than I do. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's all that the transfer is. As far as buying players or trading them versus drafting them. All right, so that is a little bit more, it can be a little bit more nuanced. And it's going to depend more on every different nation and every different league has different rules for their transfers and for their registration. So the nice thing is this game is great about telling you exactly what those rules are. So like, take this. I'm in the English Premier Division. Everybody knows what that is, but it doesn't matter. I could be in the Russian 75th Division left, whatever. If you come over to competitions, it's going to show you what you're in, right? So I'm in the English Premier. I'm going to click on that, come to Overview, and I can come down to Rules. And it's going to take me through the rules on all of this. Eligibility, disciplinary rules, squad registration. Like, for example, I'm required to have a minimum of 8 players trained in the same nation for 3 years before their 21st birthday. That just means I got to have 8 players that were on an English team for 3 years before they turn 21. I mean, it seems like an oversimplification, but sometimes the language and the different things get on people's nerves. I will say the MLS rules are weird. Don't start in MLS. I started in the lower leagues of England. I don't know that that's necessarily a great place. I would suggest grabbing... What would I suggest? I think Germany has extremely relaxed rules. And I think you should go out... if you have FM21... jump out and start a save with Hertha BSC in the Bundesliga, and I think you'll have an absolutely great time. You're going to have a killer budget. You're going to have really relaxed rules, and it'll introduce you into the game. So that would be my recommendation. I played with Kaiserslautern. They're in the 3 Liga, and I mean that was an absolute blast too. But Hertha, they've got a lot better reputation. They're going to have a lot more money. So you can go out and get a little bit more involved. All right, so Piso want 14. I've got that. What I offered them a pretty decent deal. All right, so let's see. They want 14.2. Let's back this off to like 11 or 12. Let's see if they'll take 12. This would be really cool. I really like this guy. Oh, is Revolution's an MLS team, right? MLS has got some weird ass rules, and like I still don't play MLS teams. I thought about trying to do an MLS team for the GM Games FM22 FM stream, whatever. I looked at their registration rules and they're just screwed up. Like it, I don't feel like learning it. It doesn't do anything for me. All right, this is another Carvalho. He would likely gain a work permit. He's only 17. He looks stellar for a 17-year-old. Would like him to be a little bit higher. on current ability, just a little. He's not consistent enough. He's selfish. Okay. So we'll leave him on the short list and move on from Carvalho. Yeah, ditch the MLS. Go to the Bundesliga. You could go to Austria. I mean, if you don't mind playing one of the big teams, go to England. Just find somewhere that doesn't have insane registration rules. And I really do think the Bundesliga is the best for that. You know, you can be the top dog if you want to be FC Bayern. Like I said, you could do the Hertha save. They're going to have money because they got new owners. So you want to run through that. You know, you can try to compete and climb up. Kaiserslautern is in FM21. They were in 3 Liga. If that's the way you want to go and you want to climb, I would definitely recommend that because they've got such a built-in fan base and such a huge-ass stadium that you can quickly grow. So depending on the kind of save that you want, whether you want to be like the, restore former glory, install a new power, or continue on a team that's already freaking awesome, I would say, Kaiserslautern, Hertha BSC, FC Bayern, they're all really good offers, really good opportunities, rather. I got distracted because it said my offer was accepted, and Luca is incredibly interested in negotiating terms. This is the striker that I wanted. This is the dude. Like, Mitrovic already kind of is this dude, but this guy's like taller, jumps higher, heads better. All right, we got to look at this again. 16 finishing, first of all, that's better. 17 heading, better. Jumping reach, 18, better. The mentals are all like, Slightly low. Where's Mitrovic? I feel like Mitrovic is slightly better, especially like teamwork. Pace isn't really great. Better strength. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, these are spectacular games. These games got me. It's not like soccer got me interested in these games. These games got me interested in soccer. Like, not only is the man management part of it super interesting to me, I love the ratings, how they're dynamic. Heights and weights are dynamic. You got the personality traits, all these other things that go into it. So not only is that aspect of it fantastic, but the match engine and the pace of the game, the pace of the progression, I love everything about it. So yes, these are absolutely spectacular games. If I could sell Mitrovic for 35 to 45 million and grab this other dude, is there any reason not to do that? I'm going to grab this other guy anyway. He wants to treat me as a stepping stone. Okay. Well, no way to get around that. Let's see if we can keep him to 2.5, 4 years. Yeah, I'll do this deal. Bingo! Oh, yeah! Got a new striker, baby. So all the Mitrovic love right out of the gate, and now here we go doing something different. And the bad thing is, I understand, I'm quite certain that people who have played this game longer than I have will be like, dude, you just brought in the same player you've already got. What are you doing? 2 things. 1, he's mine. I found him. And 2, I think he's slightly better. I think he's going to be slightly better at what I want to be doing. I always like to use the suggested squad here the day before, because sometimes day of the game, they kind of reconfigure who they recommend you play, but sometimes they put in players that are still a little bit too tired. And if you do the guys that aren't so tired, it gives me a little bit better of a fresher rotation, just a little bit fresher legs. Why are 13 teams in? Either Fulham or Man UFC will play Newcastle. Oh, okay. So I've still got to play Man United. Great. Should be a banger. This is not the extremely expensive guy. All right, that's wonderful. Thank you. Good scouting. Thank you. No, thank you on him. Bright Arima B, doing some good work. Nathan Phillips, not so much. That's why you're on the transfer list, bruh. Nathan Phillips was a really interesting central defender that I brought in, and I was excited about him, and then I just brought in too many other central defenders that were as good or better. So, like, Arima B, such good potential. Adarabioyo and Mawson were already here. Filip Benkovic, very good. And then when I accidentally brought in Kamara, Nathan Phillips just had no place left. Here's Oliver Ford. This is the best player from my first youth intake. See here, that first touch, off the ball, flare. All pretty incredible for a 17-year-old. So I'm hoping he develops into something. That would be pleasant. All right, let's see what we get here. Actually, no new recommendations. So the difference from their fatigue yesterday to today did not make a difference in what the coach suggested. All right, so let's see what we're working with. All right, so on the match load, nobody's on heavy match load. We've had a decent break. Let's see. This is basically our best 11. I'm going to get Arima B in here just because we've got him set up as a star player. That was the only way to bring him in. He's got such great potential coming out of the Bundesliga. That we brought him in from Bayern, and that was the only way I could convince him to get here was as a star player. So I try to play him as much as I can. He's got some improvement to do, but you look at the potential, it's obviously there. So to me, it's worth it. It's worth the trade-off. Adarabioyo is our best defender, but I've kept Mawson. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to leave Adarabioyo in for a game that I think is very winnable, and then I'll let Mawson play when we start playing Arsenal and Man United and whatnot. All the games that are going to be a little bit tougher, we're going to throw him in there. We got a chance to win this. Let's give it our best. Benkovic is solid. I think Reed, he's solid box to box. He's got the good teamwork, good work rate, passing vision. Yeah, okay. I'm going to let him be the ball winning mid. All right, and so we're going to roll with this. Let's see if we can get Everton at home. Let's go, boys. Let's get it, Cottagers. So we got the TV set up now. Being televised. Look how beautiful this stadium is. Like in the first season, all you can see is this look straight up and in front. You don't get anything on the sides or the back. So once you get through the first season with Fulham, it's so much. It's still going to start. Oh! The takedown tackle early. See if this is going to be worse. Let's see if he can bend one in. Put it in, baby. Put it in. Getting close to that top left corner. He's all over it. Come on, Karim. The through ball to Carvalho. No, Carvalho wasn't going to turn around and do anything with it. He's more of a setter-upper, I feel like. Oh, Mitrovic. Alexander Mitrovic, baby. Boom, baby. That's right. Chris, go find a way to clip some of this out. Alexander Mitrovic, his highlight after highlight. Non-stop. Boy knows when the camera's on. Alexander Mitrovic does his thing. He puts him up. Less than 10 minutes into the match. In the sixth, there will be a Luka can do the same thing, only better. That's unbelievable. But at the same time, it's always exactly what I wanted out of FM save. I don't know what's interesting to me about a guy that doesn't have a lot of history with soccer. But something about a big-ass target man that's just big and strong and does stuff in the air seems cool. Like, I want Shaq. Can I put Shaq as a target man? Carvalho. Basically all of it. Carvalho. Like they had something going there. Didn't. Harry Wilson sends it in. Come on, lads. Send that ball in. We're not going to give them blood yet. Some of these guys still got a little bit of motivation from the pregame speech. Now they don't. Mitchell. At this point, I feel guilty for even looking and thinking that I can replace this man. Anytime that the game comes back on a highlight just to show you a penalty, you're getting a big fat red card. Now, the good news is we're up 2-0. The bad news is we're only 17 minutes into the match. All right, so how do we deal with this? What do we have? We got an assistant coach down here? I think we got an assistant coach over there. Yeah, he's going to go play some basketball. All right, so who do we want to pull? Wilson and Turkoglu are both over 7s for the game. Nobody's especially tired. Turkoglu's a little bit anxious. Maybe we make our move there. So we're going to put in Alfie Mawson for our Turkoglu. Drop him back as a defender. We are going to drag Zambo and Gisa to the defensive mid position. Harry Wilson over here to this box-to-box mid. I'm going to swap this off to a very defensive. Waste a lot of time. Go very slow. No counter press, no counter. Slow it down. And stay on your feet. Totally taking the teeth out of this entire philosophy. And I'm not really crazy about it. Like, I'd like to stay a little bit higher than this, but we're 17 minutes in. Obviously, we think we're down to 9 minutes. I don't know, this You just hope you're up 2-0. You just hope you can hold on to it. I mean, we do have a good goalkeeper, so hopefully the keeper can keep it out of there. Because we don't have a lot of other good options. That's the thing with this entire philosophy or whatever you call it. We go high press, we go high tempo, we get sucked in, and 3 or 4 times a year we end up down a man. We just gotta see what happens. Last year we won a couple games on the road, we beat West Ham on the road in the FA Cup last year. So, I mean, it can happen. But it's definitely not something that I enjoy. Which, there's no possible way you can do it. I think he knew that I, made an offer to another player with similar skills. He's like, oh, you want me? You don't want this other dude, you want me. Don't pay him. Don't pay him. Carvalho can't win the one-on-one. We'll win the corner, but he could not get it past the keeper there. Hey, Wilson, is it Pickford? Is that Jordan Pickford? I think that's the English senior team keeper, right? Ooh, you got Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin out there. Okay. What's up, Big John? Thank you for following, buddy. Appreciate it. Oh! Poor had to run up to the ball. It always looks like when the defender goes right toward that incoming corner, it's almost always a goal. So I have no idea how that went off track, but it went off track. We're okay for now. Would really like to get to halftime now. I would really like to get to halftime. Please don't. No. Thank you. Let's go. Come on, Fulham. Vikovic. On it. Not happening. Get to the half. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Up 2-0. So you can see the XG closing in, but almost all of that was after Adar Bio got sent off. They're not convinced. All right, look, you're unstoppable. What a performance. Get pumped up, guys. Give me something, please. Most of the team's pretty happy. See if they can go out and get a result here in this second half. Any time that it goes to this screen, I just turn around and stare at the clock in the upper left-hand corner. If y'all have that eye tracker app or whatever, mine will just be like, beep, straight to the clock. Just hoping it ticks down. We're down a man. We're up 2. We've got to kill this clock. Seems safe. That seems safe. That's... Oh! It just bounced straight up in the air, and then a second time right into the goal. That's safe. How Alfie Mawson couldn't do anything at all. He just completely gave it up. Kind of pathetic. Come on, lads. Let's fire them up. No, they're going to piss at me. You can't fire them up when they're winning or else they're all going to hate. I knew that. I just always try it because it seems like it would make sense, but it never makes sense. So that's... Johnson sees the header over the net. That's nice. 20 minutes left. Can we survive? Calvert-Lewin sent one off his heel to Richarlison, and he ripped it. But we're safe for the moment. Oh! Off the woodwork! Oh my goodness! He put it off the post. Stop. Jesus Christ, please stop. We need to make some subs. Harry Wilson's going in. Where were they trying to put him in at? Wait. No, Harry Wilson's out. Oh, for Marutan. I don't know how crazy about that idea I am. But I think it's already happened. I would rather have Kearney, I think. I would actually rather have San Emeterio as well. Can he come in for Reed? Yes. Yes. Now, let's see how this goes. Really close. 8 minutes to go. Carvalho. Equal pressure. Everton coming back the other way. Please stop. Please don't do that. Go out of bounds. Thank you. Gotta get a stream of beverage. This just feels dangerous and bad. Oh, Levikovich! Woo! Save the bacon, baby. Levikovich, man of the match right now for me. I mean, Mitrovic scored 2 in the first half, so I mean, who actually wins the award is clear, but Levikovich is saving the match. How about that? Well, you got to have a guy that wins and a guy that gets the save, right? Just like baseball, you get a winner and a guy that gets the save. Mitrovic with the win. Levikovich with the save. Fulham goes 2 for 2 in the matches that I had lined up for the stream tonight. It was perfection, baby. I mean, here's the thing. Was it at home? Yes. But it was Everton. They're 4th in the league. And we won it. We were down a man for 70 minutes. And we won it. I mean, that's well done. I don't know what else you can hope for. We just came up this season and we're down a man for 70 minutes and won. I don't care if it's at home. That's great. I'll take it all day, every day. So we're right in the thick of this. We're going to have trouble when we go on the road. We're going to have trouble when we play these back-to-backs against Man United, whatnot. But we're competitive in our first year. once we get this fine-tuned a little bit with our transfer policy and whatnot, continue to improve our coaching staff, our scouts, our facilities, all of this is going to build up, and this is going to be a killer. So, yeah, Mitrovic inspires the Fulham win, of course. 5 unbeaten, that's right. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I was talking to Around the World Sports a little bit during the stream, just pointing out that, like, the German league is ridiculously lax. The English Premier League isn't intense. I mean, it's just different. It's a different feel. Germany's pretty free-flowing. It's a nice league to learn in. I feel like that's the league I learned the most in. But if you're looking for a team in the Premier, if you just took Fulham and you made no changes and you had a decent strategy, like a decent tactic, you're going to get promoted and you're not going to be a threat to be relegated. They have an extremely solid team. Fulham, just talent-wise, is at least, to me, a mid-table Premier team. So, oh, my webcam's frozen. Bree says my webcam's frozen. Yep, and I definitely see that it is. Let's see if we can... see if we can fix that. Something come unplugged. All right, 1 second. I mean, we're basically at the end of the stream anyway, but I would like to add this back in, just to reiterate the point. Video capture. Just to reiterate the point. There we go. Look at that big, beautiful face. But yeah, if you're looking for a team in England that's interesting, first, I think I mentioned it earlier, but Fulham is cool because they can get promoted to the Premier League right away. Their owner is Shahid Khan. The general manager is Tony Khan. He owns AEW. Shahid Khan owns the Jacksonville Jaguars. Fulham's got all kinds of cool stuff, cool connections. They do have the first year you got to go through the stadium rebuild. But then, I mean, obviously you guys have seen the stadium in the past 2 games. It's absolutely beautiful. Nice, crisp, like black and white color going on there. So it is definitely really cool. Kind of small. Only, even after expanded, only 30,000 seats. So, you're not 50, 60, 70,000. Like, when I was with Kaiserslautern, I think they had like 50, 55,000, something like that, even on a 3-Liga team. Because obviously they had the history. But yeah, if you're looking for somebody who's on the cusp of doing something in England, Fulham's a really cool option. If you're just looking to learn, man, head to Germany, head to Austria. They're absolutely great leagues. If you guys have other suggestions, like, hit them up. Obviously, like, we've got the Twitch stream up now, but, hit us up on the YouTube. I'm sure the video will be posted in the next day or two. So let us know on YouTube if you've got other suggestions for people who are coming in trying to learn FM. And, if you're watching this video and, like, have questions for me, not that I'm any kind of expert, but I've played it enough that I've got an idea. I've got the foundational blocks of it. So, shoot me a message on Discord or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I'll do whatever I can to help you out. Because it is a super fun game. Like, it's really cool. Like, every other sports simulation game, whether it's out at the park, baseball, what was the front page football, whatever it is, or any of the draft day sports games, like, they're all great. To me personally, this one has the most interesting match engine to watch and, like, see your players. Like, you bring in a guy that has speed and acceleration and passing or whatever, and you just get to see this little dude jump out on the screen and be like, boop, and send off the perfect pass. Like, it's the coolest match engine to watch what you built come to life. So I really, really enjoy it. And anybody that's interested in this genre of games, I'm perfectly happy to help you out if you just need help, sort of getting past that beginner's level, that, beginner's hump or whatever, and to get into this. Because once you open it up, man, it's fantastic. So, I know it's been a while since I streamed. I realize I'm not doing college basketball. I'm doing something different. And so it was really, really great to have you guys in here around the world sports. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you picked something up. If you need anything else, shout it out. Breeze, glad to have you here. Thanks for fixing my webcam. I had no idea that it was paused or whatever. It seemed to get back up and going. But it's been too long since I've seen you, buddy. I'm glad to have you. And we're going to get some college basketball soon because college basketball season is starting up, and I know I'm going to get interested in it again. But I just wanted to get this initial FM22 out of the box, let you guys see who we're playing with, what we're doing, where we're headed, what the team looks like, and just sort of set the groundwork for it so that going through, the fall and the winter and all that, we can build on it and we can grow from there. Obviously I haven't been able to stream as much lately just because family life and stuff through the week has been absolutely insane. But when I'm here and when I can do it, I'm bringing it to you because, this is my jam. I have fun doing it. So I appreciate you guys stopping by tonight. I really do. I appreciate the interaction. I had an absolute blast. Can't wait to see feedback on all the platforms and can't wait to be back with you really, really soon. But for now, we're going to call it a day. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see y'all next time. And I really am trying to shut it down. It's just takes me a minute. I'm out of rhythm, Later.